right, cause they can't miss. All about the game, that's a cold switch. Serving up the truth, call it ruthless. Tune in and get your fix from Blake and Vish Sports.
And I think he's shown out in the first two games as well. I think maybe some people, for whatever reason, might have thought he might take a step back, but he looks special and he looks unbelievable. And he went into Arrowhead and played maybe the best game of his career. And he's had a lot of really good games. Justin Herbert looks incredible, and he played incredible again versus the Chiefs. What are you seeing? Like, how excited are you? How good do you think this guy can be?
Yeah, he did this last year too, right? It was his first full game starting. It was against the Chiefs because Tyrod got a punctured lung, the most just abnormal thing ever. God bless you, Tyrod. But he went in, he almost beat the Chiefs, narrowly lost, and then this game stepped up big time. I think the most telling part of this was the end of the game. And the kicker it's the Chargers, so of course they have special teams issues. Their kickers always seem to struggle. And they had the ball 4th and 4 in field goal range. It was windy, give or take, and the kicker had missed some extra points. But they're going to go for it on 4th and 4, false start or delayed game. They get pushed back to 4th and 9. They still go for it. It was a defense pass interference, and they got it. I mean, I think that just shows how much confidence they have. They're just keeping the ball in their young quarterback's hands on 4th and long. That's pretty incredible. And then just in general, his back shoulder throws to Mike Williams are insane. The velocity that comes, the placement, it's all, you can't really beat it. I mean, it was just incredible. That and Rodgers to Devontae were, I thought, just the best back shoulder throws.
Dude,
from this
even the one on 4th and 9, I think it was Guyton who he went to. Guyton dropped it. There was pass interference. That ball probably put a football-shaped bruise in Guyton's chest. That was a extremely accurate rocket.
Yeah. No, the ball exploded out of his hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my main takeaways. And also, too, just like something that I realized from watching other younger quarterbacks is he's very decisive. Like, once he drops back, I feel like he went to Eckler a lot in the beginning of the game. And whether that's because he was wide open and they were playing soft coverage or the pass rush was coming in, he would just get the ball out super quick. And some of the younger guys, I guess you don't see that as much, which I just thought was really impressive with him as well. Like, once the ball is in his hands, he knows exactly where he's going, and he makes a snap decision. So he looked fantastic against the Chiefs. And I would put this game right up there with his Saints game, which was a prime time. I forget. I don't know if it was Sunday night or Monday, but
I think he played a great game.
He played a great game against the Saints, had 4 touchdowns in that game as well. But he was absolutely fantastic against the Chiefs.
Yeah. I think, he is unbelievable. He is so good. I've compared him to Carson Palmer in the past, a more athletic Carson Palmer, but I think he might have a stronger arm, honestly, than Palmer. Excuse me, I almost said Ponder. Of course, he has a stronger arm than Ponder. He didn't have a very strong arm. But Herbert, you talked about the decisiveness, and that stood out to me too. He knows exactly where to go with the ball. He's so comfortable. He plays so mature. I think he manages the pocket better than a lot of young quarterbacks in terms of being able to step up, feel pressure, all of those things. He's obviously a gigantic human being and ridiculously athletic at his side. But the pure throwing, and these are the things to me that stand out because, like, obviously I never played the sport. I never played quarterback, but you can tell, like, you don't have to be a dentist to know someone has good teeth. Like, you can just see it. And, I think this is where, like, a lot of people talk about arm strength and they think, oh, if a guy has a rocket arm, that means, like, Trey Lance, for an example, absolutely rocket arm. So that means he has the highest potential. But to me, there's a difference between having a rocket arm and being able to throw like Justin Herbert, being able to throw like Matthew Stafford. And that's the distinction to me where I don't think Trey Lance is there yet based on what we've seen. Maybe we've seen it. But these guys, I mean, you want to talk about how natural it is for them to take pace off the ball. They always throw spirals. They have a natural feel on layering the ball, all of those kinds of things. Justin Herbert is a high level thrower. He's insane. his accuracy is unreal for a guy that throws the ball down the field as much. I mean, he's made some insane throws through the first 2 weeks of this season. I mean, he had a whole shot against Dallas between two defenders that was like a 66-yard throw. That was a rocket, and the ball barely left the screen. Like, I was like, oh my God. Um, so I mean, he takes my breath away, honestly. I think he's already a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And I think it's going to be real fun to see him and Mahomes battle it out, because obviously I think most of us think Mahomes is quite generational, and it's real cool that the other guy in the division, to me, or in the AFC, that this, I mean, him, Josh Allen, Lamar, Herbert, I would say those are the four that look a cut above all of those young quarterbacks, even though there's so many good ones like Baker. Derek Carr looks really good. There's so many good quarterbacks in the AFC, but I would say that those are the four that are kind of a cut above. And it's going to be fun to see them go head to head. And I also really like the Chargers' defensive game plan. I mean, they forced the Chiefs to run the ball, which the Chiefs were able to. But playing too high and, forcing mistakes from Mahomes and stuff was real smart. And Brandon Staley's a great defensive coordinator. The 4th and 4 play, I actually agreed with it. I thought they should go for it. I don't think kicking a field goal is going to help you beat Mahomes, regardless of how much you believe in your defense. I thought the pre-snap penalty on 4th and 4 was pathetic. I don't think that should happen. I thought it was same old Chargers, and then Justin Herbert does that on 4th and 9. And even though it was pass interference, it was an absolute rocket ball. So when you see a throw like that, and then Mike Williams is really good. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen might be the most underrated receiver duo in football. So, yeah, it's all, to me, just, I don't know how good the Chargers are as a team. Joey Bosa had a hell of a game, but I know they have a really special quarterback.
Yeah, and their O-line should have been better. It is better than last year, don't get me wrong, but the right side of the O-line is still just rough. Brian Bulaga, I mean, right as soon he had injuries with the Packers, and as soon as he left, he's just been pretty much not even playing for them. Like, you don't even consider them a part of the O-line at this point. And the backup right tackle has not been that good. We saw what Micah Parsons did to him last week, and then this week again was rough there. So he's still dealing with not the best O-line, although the weapons, Williams has stayed healthy, and he's kind of showing out in his contract year, so that's awesome for him. Keenan Allen consistently great, and then Eckler out of the backfield is pretty awesome as well. But they don't have the best – they don't even have a particularly great run game, though. That is something that also is just not that great for the Chargers at this point. And I know they try to power run with Roundtree, but it's just not – it doesn't work. I think that's the bottom line. It doesn't work. But, yeah, I think Herbert's been great, and I'm excited for the AFC West for the next few years. You mentioned Mahomes, Herbert, and then Derek Carr is the third best quarterback in the division. That's crazy to think about because you put him in like the NFC East, and he's easily the second best, and he's really good too. So it's tough to say.
And I'm going to say a shocking take. And you know what the craziest thing is?
What?
Denver has clearly the 4th best quarterback in the division. They might have top to bottom the best roster in the division.
I think there's
in terms of well-roundedness.
Yeah, definitely better than the Raiders in my mind, but. And the Chiefs are last in the division. The Chiefs are last in their division.
That division is nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah. I mean, I still feel like the Raiders should fall off at some point. But, I mean, they beat 3 teams that won 10 games last year. Hasn't been done before. That's crazy in and of itself right there. But you never know.
Derek Carr's playing like an elite quarterback.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yep. But, yeah, that wraps up Herbert and how great he has looked so far.